Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
I'm Owen Schroyer for Infowars.com. We've got a ton of news to cover tonight, so let's dig right in. Let's start off in Russia, where Russians are preparing for World War III, a nuclear attack. I'm not sure exactly what, but this is some serious training going down. 40 million people involved, and this has been going on for days. They've been doing this for a while. There's some pretty terrifying video on this story, if you want to go check it out on The Sun, showing exactly how the Russians are training. I don't see anything like this in the United States. I don't hear them covering this on the news. This is a big deal. Why are Russians preparing like this for World War III, perhaps, for a nuclear detonation, perhaps? What is going on in Russia? Now, Putin has made more statements recently saying that anybody saying that Russia is meddling in the U.S. election is absolutely hysterical. I guess he's talking about Hillary Clinton. President Vladimir Putin slammed as hysteria Thursday's claims that Russia has tried to interfere in the upcoming U.S. presidential elections by hacking political institutions, including the Democrats behind the frontrunner Hillary Clinton. So somebody's lying here. Is it Putin? Is it Hillary? Well, I know Hillary is a pathological liar, so if I had to bet, I would probably go with Hillary Clinton. But isn't that crazy? We've got two world leaders with two completely opposite opinions. If you take this from a nonpartisan perspective, one of the two has got to be lying. That is a serious problem when we've got world leaders that are just bold-faced liars. But I think we know who Hillary Clinton really is. Now, speaking of Hillary Clinton, this shows you just how the FBI is colluding with her. This story, FBI questions Angelina Jolie for over 4 hours over child abuse allegations. So the FBI, for some reason, thinks it's so important, they're going to investigate Brangelina for over 4 hours. But let's recall, when they investigated Hillary Clinton, they only questioned her for 3.5 hours. So it's more important to look into the children of celebrities than it is to look into our national security. Why is the FBI even looking into Brangelina at all? That, I think, is where we can start and end that conversation if you want to go there. And then, of course, they basically publicly indict Hillary Clinton with their rhetoric, and then they, of course, let her walk. Now, if you want to know the real state of the Hillary Clinton campaign, I think I can sum it up with this story that just broke. Tim Kaine has had to cancel an event. A Hillary Clinton rally has been canceled. Tim Kaine was set to speak, and they canceled the event. Now, they haven't said why they've canceled the event, but folks, you know, I know, they know, because nobody wants to go. He had an event and 30 people showed up. It was an outright embarrassment. This is the true state of the Hillary Clinton campaign, canceling events because nobody is going to show up. And if you want to know how they really operate, look at this, folks. WikiLeaks, Clinton team leaked creep shot of Bernie Sanders in his swimming suit. The Clinton campaign buzzed over a picture of Bernie Sanders in his swimming suit. Yeah, because they've got nothing else to buzz about. Bill Clinton's chief of staff, Tina Flournoy, emailed the attached photo of Sanders. And this is the Clinton camp who openly mocks Bernie Sanders in their emails. They openly mock Bernie Sanders supporters. Sanders still campaigns for her, and Sanders supporters are still going to vote for her. How is this possible? But this is, again, this just shows you how desperate the Clinton camp is when they're canceling events and putting photos of Bernie Sanders in a swimsuit out and buzzing about it as if that's some story. Ex-Secret Service officer behind Clinton tell-all planning to start a defamation suit. Now, folks, this is big. A former Secret Service officer, Gary Byrne, we've had him on our shows before, who published an explosive tell-all from his days guarding Bill and Hillary Clinton in the White House, is about to file a defamation lawsuit against his detractors, in specific, Media Matters for America and David Brock. Please help us take down David Brock. Maybe we can start it with this defamation suit, and then maybe we can catch him for the money laundering that we know he is guilty of. The letter requests Brock and Media Matters to hold all records and communications associated with their communications regarding Byrne, including any communications between Brock and Clinton regarding Byrne, suggesting there might be collusion. That's right, folks. The Democratic crime machine is collapsing, and David Brock is part of that machine. If he gets exposed in this lawsuit, folks, I mean, Kramer's already out, Fovel's out. If we get David Brock out and Hillary Clinton out, folks, I mean, we're talking about pillars of the Democratic corruption here that are deteriorating. This is huge. Now, we may have heard the story about Trump star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame getting smashed. The suspect has now been arrested and charged with vandalism. James Otis was taken into custody. He's the suspect on the felony of vandalism. Of course, it's funny because I don't know how you call him a suspect. He was caught on camera. He brags about it. Otis said his motive for destroying the star involves sexual assault allegations against Trump. So a total brainwashed zombie. Here's what's funny. In the quote, he says, "I have 4 or 5 family members who were sexually assaulted." 4 or 5. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, folks. This is such a big deal to him. This is so big. He has 4 or maybe 5. He doesn't know, but he's got family members that are that have been abused by sexual assault. And now he says that the presidential nominee from the Republicans is the poster child for sexual assault. No, I have some news for you. That's actually thanks to the propaganda on the television. That's not actually the case. It wasn't the case before he started running for president. Why is it the case now? Television propaganda. Very, very simple. And here's an example of how they try to do it. Montel Williams, New York Times reporter, threatened to publish his address over a recent Trump story. He tweeted out, "New York Times reporter threatened to publish my address if I didn't talk to him about this useless story." And the story was a New York Times hit piece. People saying they can't live in Trump Tower anymore. They're embarrassed about it. It's funny, they had no problem living there before. Again, this is the propaganda working. Times feature writer Jacob Bernstein was asking Williams, who lives in one of the Trump buildings, to cooperate with the story. In other words, go along with our hit piece against Donald Trump, or we're going to libel and slander you. Oh, it's funny how that works. The Democrats like intimidating people on the streets. They like intimidating people in the media. Now, recent polls coming out of California are saying that Trump has no chance in California. Numbers are dropping into uncharted territory. But here's the thing, it wouldn't matter. Trump could not get 1 vote in California, and it wouldn't affect the results of this election. California is essentially a super delegate for the Democrats in the general election. You get 20% of what's needed out of the Electoral College to win the election if you win California. This is a super delegate for the Democratic Party. California, Trump has no chance. Of course he doesn't. It's the superdelegate for the Democrats. We've seen Hillary use it before. Live from Trump Tower, this is I believe out of Yahoo. Yahoo is bashing Donald Trump all day. Live from Trump Tower, the ultimate conspiracy theory. Now, they try to make fun of Trump Tower TV, which is doing live broadcasts now. This is the anti-Trump propaganda. This is all we get from Yahoo. I actually had another push notification come to my cell phone right before I started this segment. Another woman is coming forward saying that Donald Trump grabbed her butt in a taxi 50 years ago. And, of course, this goes out over all the mainstream news. No lawsuits, though. They don't want to litigate for some reason. They just want to accuse. Now, in this story, they say how easy it is for any moron with a laptop and a dream to perfectly imitate the cheerful vacuousness of most TV news. Now, actually, I would agree with this. But they use this to try to demonize what Trump Tower TV is doing. No, this is the state of the mainstream news. The mainstream news is so pathetic that, just like you said, anybody can pick up a laptop and try to be honest on air, and they will defeat the mainstream news. This is why Infowars is taking off, folks, and we thank you for your support. Now, Trump is warning of vote flipping on machines. This is a story out of Infowars. Now, I listened to this all morning when I was driving into work, folks. Texas voting machines are switching from Donald Trump to Hillary Clinton. We recall this happened for Ted Cruz in Texas during the primaries. Now it's happening in the general to Donald Trump. This is why Texas electioneer officials will not speak with our reporters. They know that they're guilty. Megyn Kelly is seeking a salary north of $20 million with Fox News. She's not worth 20 cents, in my opinion, if that matters to anybody. I would like to see that wench off Fox News. I think that would be great. Now, I remember mainstream news saying that the UK economy was going to collapse if they voted for Brexit. But what's this? UK economy grows 0.5% in 3 months after Brexit vote. The UK economy grew 0.5% in 3 months after the Brexit vote. the Office for National Statistics has said. Wow. Well, I'll tell you, if that trend continues, I think they're going to be happy with that Brexit vote, don't you think? That Brexit vote is looking pretty good. And where's the mainstream news? The economy was supposed to collapse. Oh my gosh, it was all out chaos if the Brexit vote won. Oh my gosh, but here we are seeing the economy grow. Folks, this is an example of what we'll see in America if we elect Donald Trump. I guarantee it. Now, Angela Merkel, I'm going to have to agree with her for a second without vomiting here, says Facebook, Google distort perception and demands they reveal algorithms. She said that these algorithms, when they are not transparent, can lead to a distortion of our perception. They narrow our breadth of information. Oh my goodness. Am I agreeing with Angela Merkel? Did she just say something that is true? Wow, shocking. And of course, we see this in triplicate with Google and YouTube basically trying to rig and manipulate this election for Hillary Clinton. We have documented this. We know about the voter fraud. We know about the mainstream media. Just like Donald Trump says, she has broken the law. She should not even be allowed to run, folks. The things that she's guilty of, people in the military have suffered stricter punishments from. Of course, anything stricter than what she got nothing. She didn't even get a slap on the wrist. She gets absolutely nothing. This woman got more of a punishment than Hillary Clinton did. And this is another protest of the national anthem. 76ers stop singer from performing national anthem with a We Matter jersey on. Now, Seven Streeter was set to perform the national anthem, but she never made it out onto the court. And this is a tough one because we are all about free speech here at Infowars, but I'd have to say that I agree with this decision because all these people are doing is they're making it about themselves. We had another person sing the national anthem on a knee with a Black Lives Matter shirt on, okay? This is people singing the national anthem and making it about them. Instead of saying, wow, what an honor it is to sing the national anthem at such a big event, they say, how can I make this about me? How can I draw attention to myself? And I salute the 76ers for pulling her from doing this because all this does is justify the false narrative, justifies all the divide and conquer tactics that are going on in this nation, and it has not helped whatsoever. So will we ever see an end to this? Are we ever going to see an end to people protesting the national anthem? How does it end? I'm not sure. Maybe that's how you take away their platform, you take the attention off of them, and all of a sudden, what do you know? They quit their protest. I guarantee you, if she would have known that her protesting the national anthem would have resulted in her getting booted from singing it, she would not have done it because she still wants to be on the main stage. Absolutely. Now, folks, this is a big story, and this can really show you how the system works systematically, time and time again, how they have these plans. New technology at Detroit Metro Airport allows travelers to move through security lines in a flash. So here's what they're going to do, folks. It's called Clear, certified as a qualified anti-terrorism technology by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. They use a government identification that's validated using technology, and then we link to their biometrics. We take 10 fingerprints with a digital reader, we take a scan of their iris, and we take a high-res photo of their face. So basically, they can identify you with just a flash of a camera with facial recognition, iris recognition. They use our cell phones to do this. They use apps like Snapchat to do this. And this is the mark of the beast, folks, where you can't go anywhere without being recognized because there's scanners everywhere scanning their face. But see, they sell it to you as safety. See, what they do is first they tell you can't get on an airplane without getting groped by the TSA, as we see the logo right behind us. That's how they like to grope you. Oh, okay, so this is for our safety. Oh, but you know what? We're seeing the lines getting really long. This is starting to frustrate Americans. So what are we going to do? Well, let's go ahead and unveil this Clear technology here, which makes us take your fingerprints, scan your face, scan your iris, and now we've got you. Now we've got you on everything. Now we can scan you. Now we can identify you with the facial recognition technology that's built into everything. But hey, it's for your safety, and it's so you can get through that pesky line at the airport quicker. Now, of course, this is also about business. This is going to cost you $179 a year if you want to enroll in this program. It's always about money. It's always about business. But they're still going to make you go through x-rays and body scans. So that's nice. They're still going to zap you, before they let you get on the plane. Scientists discover elixir of youth. Now, I always find these stories funny. Scientists in the U.S. claim to have discovered a natural compound in avocado, broccoli, and cucumber that has remarkable anti-aging effects in mice and could also work for humans. It's funny. We see all these new ad campaigns with food. All natural, no more preservatives, real food. Well, what were you serving to us before? Perhaps that's what's making all of us sick. And of course, these are the types of ingredients that go into all the products at Infowars.com. Dinosaur brain tissue discovered for the first time in a 130-year-old million fossil. They have soft brain tissue from a dinosaur. This is pretty cool stuff. Now, I wish that we could do this. I wish that we could cover fossils and our history and going to the stars. Donald Trump says he wants to make NASA relevant again. But instead, I got to come on here and I got to talk about World War III. I got to talk about rigged elections because this is what's going on in this country. I hope that someday we all wake up and we can grow together to figure out what's actually going on in the world. This is Owen Troy for Infowars.com. We'll be right back with more on the Infowars Nightly News.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been on this the last few months. You probably noticed I've been more crazed, more focused, less brain fog, more energy, more special reports, and it's because of Brain Force.
We kept changing this formula over and over and over again until it became sort of a grand puzzle. This just increases the compounds you already have.
This is what you're actually designed to run on. You will find Brain Force, Survival Shield X2, and other game-changing products at InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.